It's your boy, Jeff Jones.
It's your OHIO upset specialist, Thomas Boykin.
All right, guys. I love it. Hey, I always sound forever. Two, Mike Jizzle.
And this is 234 Sports Talk.
Let's talk.
All right, fellas, kind of somber news. We all were watching on Monday night when the Bills and Cincinnati Bengals played, and we saw the injury to Damar Hamlin, and it really didn't look like a really hard hit or anything. It just looked like your average football tackle, and then we see him get up, kind of just stumble a little bit, and then collapse. And they're saying, reports are saying that he had cardiac arrest, and they performed CPR on the field, and the ambulance showed up. They took him to the hospital, and that's where they have him now in an induced coma, and he's in critical condition. So, fellas, what's your take as you all watched this action unfold right before our very eyes?
First off, I'm gonna say I'm praying for that brother, because that's a scary moment, man. That in anything, sports and in life, that's a scary moment, to where you see somebody that you think is okay and they turn out not to be. And then for all this to go down as quickly as it went down, it's like, I'm just praying for that guy, praying for the organization to keep him uplifted, keep him supported, man, because that just took my breath away. Just looking at it and hearing about it, it took my breath away, man. So I'm just praying for that guy. That's a rarity that happens, and for that to happen at that particular time, I'm just more worried about the player than I am the game. What you got on it, MJ?
Yeah, fellas. I didn't get a chance to see it in real time. I had to see and go back and watch it. But the thing about it is, like you said, man, when it comes to stuff like that, man, it's beyond football. It's beyond sports. Now it's about family, and how can we sit and heal and move beyond. You get young kids and stuff to watch this type of stuff, and it probably scares them, but that's the thing, it's a volatile sport, football is, but it can happen in basketball, it can happen in hockey. So
absolutely,
it's when you put your signature on that paper, man, we never think it will happen to us, because we've all played sports. That could easily have happened to us. I know I've been hit hard before. I'm sure you guys have too. Wasn't in any kind of sport. So, man, my heart goes out to the family. Definitely goes out to the player, and to the organization, and to those players that's around him, man. I hope he gets well, and gets well very soon.
Yeah, that part.
Fellas, I will applaud the NFL, the action officials who were all from both teams, the medical staff who were on the scene, for how quickly they really reacted, and how they gave them CPR immediately, and it was stated that his heart actually stopped on the field, and they had to revive him. And my hat is off to the medical staff there for reacting as fast as they did, and the coaches also, for postponing this game, or stopping this game, and a lot of times you look at this, I want to throw this out there, is a lot of times it runs through my mind when I see these guys playing, even at the college level, the high school level. I see these guys playing. I'm always thinking sometimes in the back of my mind that they're one play away from, injury. And then to see something like this, man, that just reminds us, that this is a sport where, when we talk about football and any contact sport really, but football, these guys are so big, these guys are so fast, these guys are so strong, and at any time on any play, anything can happen, and I think this is, something that we'll never forget this. So this is something that's always going to be in the back of people's minds now, seeing this happen to Damar. So, what do you guys think as far as the game, as the game moves on from here? What do you guys think? You think anything can be done, as far as, to protect players a little bit better? I mean, I thought they did a good job. Is there anything that comes to mind that maybe they could do to better protect guys?
I think in that particular instance, that was as well at the angle that he tackled him and how he tackled him. You can't ask for more than that. It wasn't a violent hit. It wasn't forceful. It was just a wrap and take him down. For that to happen on just a wrap, that's just like the injury to Bo Jackson with Cincinnati, where all it was just a leg tackle, and it turns out to be a hip injury. How freakish is that? It's a phenomenon, and I don't think the league has to adjust anything for that type of hit. I can understand if it was, somebody just blatantly he just ran through his chest and it caused that situation, but for that, there's no adjustment. I just don't see an adjustment for that.
Yeah, our thoughts and our prayers are definitely with Damar Hamlin and his family, the Buffalo Bills players. You can see the emotion in the players' faces out there. Not only the Buffalo Bills players, but also the Bengal players.
Well. Yeah, absolutely.
That shows that the league is a brotherhood. When one guy hurts, everybody hurts. And I really like that. I respect those guys for for just the way that they carried themselves on the field in that situation, man, and how they all rallied behind the brother, as he's laid there fighting for his life, and
I even like the fact that during the course of when they were doing everything, both teams formed a wall around them so that nobody could take a look in, so they could do what they do to respect the guy's privacy. That was totally awesome. That's kudos to those guys for thinking about that quickly.
Definitely. Yeah, it's just a sad situation all around. Like I said, our thoughts and our prayers are with Damar Hamlin, his family, the Buffalo Bills organization, total NFL. He said, it just shows us, how fragile life is, man, and we don't know. Any play could be a guy's last play. So
exactly.
But we pray for the best. Moving on, we lost Mike Jones somewhere. Moving on, the LA Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, I'm sorry. The Las Vegas Raiders have decided to shut down Derek Carr, quarterback Derek Carr. And there's a lot of things that have transpired because they sat him down for these last two games. And what's your take on the Raider organization shutting down Derek Carr?
First off, the Raiders aren't going to the playoffs. So to shut him down now, I get it. They want to take a look at, what's behind Derek Carr, what's the future looking like. Do we need to change directions? Do we need to change cultures? So they're going to take a look at that. Now, don't get me wrong, Derek Carr's okay quarterback, but the time that he's had to get the Raiders on the map, he hasn't got the Raiders on the map at all. Not all of it's to blame on him, but when you have 4 years in a system, and your best year is the first year in the system, which to me, if you got 1 year in a system, you understand the basic knowledge of the working knowledge of the system, and you're building it and you're running it 3 years later, and you're not getting better results, something's not right. Something's off. So something's got to get fixed. So, I mean, for them to shut down Derek Carr right now, I get it. They might want to move in a different direction. They might want to see what they have in their backup or third string. You never know. But I know the Raider organization is not going to they're not going to stand by idly because their fans are used to winning. And for them not winning for a prolonged period of time is a factor. And I think they may look to move a different direction away from Derek Carr.
Okay, well, the backup, Jarrett Stidham, he's playing these last 2 games. Well, you know, and when we look at it, well, actually, he's got one more game to play. He just played a game, but he's got one more game to play. Just some of the numbers when we look at Derek Carr. He'll be turning 32 in March. Just some of the numbers here. All right. He was in his last game against the Steelers back in the 24th of December. This was his numbers: 16 of 34 passing for 174 yards with 1 touchdown and watch this, 3 interceptions. Okay. Now, this is what he's done. He's a 3-time Pro Bowl selection. Carr leads the league with 14 interceptions while having completed, watch this, 60.8% of his passes, and he has 24 touchdowns. Now, when you look at those numbers and you look at Carr, I mean, I can understand that the Raiders really want to try to do something different, especially with the money that they're paying him. He has $33 million. He has that money will be guaranteed if he's on the roster 3 days after the Super Bowl. And I can understand that maybe they want to go in another direction because, you know, when you're not getting the job done, you're not getting the job done. And you know, in this business, if you don't get the job done, it's next man up. But do you all believe that it's Derek Carr's fault entirely that the Raiders don't look good this year? Is it Josh McDaniels? Does he play a part in this too?
I think your OC definitely has a part to play in that. If you give him the system to run, apparently, because the numbers you just quoted with me, I guarantee you right now, Kenny Pickett is putting up better numbers than he is, and he's a rookie. But I think it's a total offensive coordination failure. They brought in a couple pieces, but as we've all stated from the beginning, if you don't put an offensive line in front of that, you get mediocre performance. But I still think a lot of it, if they kept the same OC and you got the same OC for 4 years and you got the same quarterback for 4 years and you're not getting any results, it's time to change because that whatever you're doing is not working. Period. It's time to change it. What you got on them, Jay?
Yeah, hey, I agree, guys, man. Man, Carr has never impressed me. I mean, he had a year or two where he looked okay, and that was probably with the old OC. But it's just something about him that, I don't know, he just seems average. You know, there ain't nothing really special about him. You know, the Tennessee Titans, we need a quarterback, but I wouldn't get him. I definitely wouldn't pick him. I pick my boy Josh Dobb over him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't
No,
really, and he's not a starting quarterback.
Hey, I'll
But
take him over Josh Dobbs. I mean, I'll take him over Mason Rudolph all day.
yeah. Yeah. But man, the Raider organization, man, it's funny how that organization works, man. They be good for 3 or 4 years, and then it go like a 20-year span. This go back with Howie Long and all them cats back in the day, Marcus Allen them, and then they pick up again with Rich Gannon and all them cats, man. Marcus Allen. I don't know, man. I think he's done, man. And if he does come, if somebody do pick him up, he will be a valuable backup.
Facts.
Well, he's looking to start wherever he goes. Now look at, and I don't, when we look at the Denver situation, with Russell Wilson,
yeah,
we look at Nathaniel Hackett, who's the head coach there. Then we look at Josh McDaniels, the head coach here with the Las Vegas Raiders. Remember, he was with the Patriots. It's rumored that they want to get rid of Mr. Carr in hopes of getting Mr. Brady. That's the rumor. That's the word on the street. Just a rumor. So fellas, because of the history with Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady, that's that's the rumor. That's the word on the street. I mean, like I said, it's just all speculation.
Got that fresh press, didn't you?
What is that?
I said you got that fresh off the press, didn't you?
Yes, sir. But my point is this. My point is this. The quarterbacks are quick to get the blame. They're quick to get the blame. I think that the head coach should get some of this blame too. When you look at it, these guys were a playoff team. And now this year, look at this, a total now you can say 360 or 180.
That's why I say the OC comes into play with that. Not necessarily the head coach hired him, but it still falls on the OC. If the head coach is not calling the plays, the OC is running the field. If your OC is doing what he's been doing for the last 3 years and it ain't working, it's time to change. Period. It's just time to change because everybody know the Raider culture has always been just win. And that's all they looking to do is just win. And right now they're just losing and they getting mad about it. And I guarantee you they want to see some results. I guarantee you.
Now, Devontae Adams, we know left, was traded from Green Bay. They were able to make that deal, and he went over there to play with his friend Derek Carr. Now, that I think this is going to cause some turmoil, extra turmoil, because now Mr. Adams is going to be like, wait a minute, I came over here to play with Derek Carr, and now y'all getting rid of Derek Carr. I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen with that situation.
Vontae should have never left Green Bay. That's his fault.
Right, that's on him.
That's on you, bruh. Sorry about your luck, bruh, but that's on you. You went from a playoff contender to a non-factor. That's on you, bruh. That's called chasing championship. That's called chasing dollars over chasing championships. It's a difference.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. Hey, Devontae Adams will be all right. He take some of that money, which he's been doing, continue to go to the strip clubs and to the gambling casino like you probably been doing. Man, you shouldn't have any beef if old boy leaves, man. You left somebody, so hey, it's just the nature of the business. But
exactly.
Let's just give Josh McDaniels let's give him some time, man.
See what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. And obviously Carr does not fit the bill of what he wants in a quarterback. Hey, he's worked with the best, so he knows exactly what he needs to operate that system that he wants.
Absolutely.
All right, fellas. We'll see what we'll continue to keep our ear to the street, see what happens with the Derek Carr situation. But we
Absolutely.
definitely know for sure he's out. He's out in Las Vegas. He won't be there next year. Definitely, he's out.
Gone fishing.
All right,
Where you
fellas.
fishing in the desert?
We had some college football. Some really good bowl games. We you know, when we look at it, the TCU game against Michigan, you know, the Georgia game against Ohio State. Fellas, what's your take on these two bowl games as you looked at them, as you watched this action unfold right before our eyes?
Number one, I was glad to see that it wasn't a blowout. That's first and foremost. I like watching if you're going 1 through 4, you should be seeing some really, really tight games as we saw. That's what you should be getting 1 through 4. So I applaud both games as far as being close, competitive games. There were a whole lot of anomalies with missed calls, I can tell you that. But overall, we got what we were supposed to get. 2 completely tight games. I ain't mad about it. Mad about the result because my Buckeyes lost, but the way they came out and played, I'm proud of them. They did their thing. And the upset specialist struck with the TCU game, so I ain't mad at that either. What you got on MJ? MJ might be froze up.
Mike Jones.
Our brother might be a little frozen.
Yeah, he a mannequin. He's a mannequin right now. He's a mannequin right now. When you looked at the TCU game against Michigan, you know, you saw TCU jump, and TCU is normally one of those teams that always has to come back. But it was total opposite. I mean, these guys jumped from they just came out playing football. And Michigan was the team that had to fight from behind. And when you looked at that game, what stood out in that game to you?
Here's the thing that made that game ironic. And if you sit back and think about this, it's really mind-boggling. Like you said, number one, normally TCU normally plays from behind. They play from in front the whole game. Now, the irony of this thing is Michigan has always been a second half team. But the irony is, so has TCU. So, I mean, TCU just played like, okay, so we're used to playing behind. We're playing ahead. Now we just got to play like we're supposed to play and hold on.
Yep.
So I give them hats off to them. They played a great game. I give Michigan all the credit in the world because they fought back. They didn't just roll over and quit. So kudos to them.
Definitely. When we look at this championship game, what's your take on this? You thinking Georgia? You thinking TCU? Who is the upset specialist leaning towards?
The upset specialist is always leaning for the upset, bro. The upset specialist is always leaning for the upset, bro. I really think Max Duggan gets this done.
TCU.
I really think Max Duggan gets this done. I really, really do. That dude's got a lot of character. He plays with a lot of heart, and he understands the design of his offense and what a defense is trying to do to him. I like Max Duggan, man. I think TCU gets this done. I think what Georgia's going to understand is TCU plays just as physical as they do. So I look for TCU and a slobber knocker to win this game.
You heard it from the upset specialist. I'm kind of up in the air with these two. You know, I'm leaning more towards Georgia, I have to say, but I would not be shocked if TCU were to pull it off and win this game, the championship game. But I'm gonna have to go with Georgia. I think Georgia. I gotta go with Georgia. I think Georgia's gonna finish it off. I think they're gonna finish this undefeated season off with the championship, and I think they're gonna win one. I think it's gonna be a squeaker though. I think it's
That's
gonna
why
be
I
a
said
squeaker.
it's going to be a slobber knocker. I guarantee you. This is not going to be for a game for the faint of heart. It's going to be some hitting going on this game. Guarantee.
Definitely,
Guarantee.
definitely. It's gonna be. I know it's gonna be a good one though, and I'm looking forward to watching this one.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's turn our attention to Week 18.
Hello.
Week 18 NFL. We want to do some pick'ems. We lost Mike Jones, but
Man, what's up with MJ, man?
let's do some pick'ems. Week 18, the Chiefs versus the Raiders. Who you liking in that one?
Phew. The Chiefs and the Raiders. Wow. And the Raiders just got done playing somebody tight.
49ers.
Yeah, they just got done playing the Niners tight. I don't know, man. I think KC gets this done because they're looking for playoff seeding. So I think KC gets this done.
I have to agree with you. I'm rolling with KC on this one. How about the Titans and the Jaguars? Titans and the Jaguars.
Give me the Jags in that one, bro.
I have to agree. I'm going with the Jags. The Jags are looking pretty good right now.
Oh yeah,
earlier in the season. Yeah, definitely. Earlier in the season, it's kind of like, it's going to be the same Jag team we've been watching. And as of late, the Jags have really been playing. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with the Jags on this one, too. How about the Ravens and the Bengals? Who you liking?
I think the Bengals are on a roll. I think the Bengals win this game. I think the Ravens might be out of a little gas right now. So I think the Bengals win this game.
Yeah, I agree. The Bengals are looking pretty good, man. And that's another team that you're kind of looking sideways at earlier in the season. And now they back to their old selves again. They're looking like the team from last year. All right, the Browns and your Steelers. Cleveland Browns and the Steelers. Who you like? I already knew the answer,
brother. we gotta do our part to hopefully try to squeak a playoff spot. But first and foremost, we gotta do our part. So I got Pittsburgh winning this one in another squeaker.
All right. I'm gonna roll with the Steelers on this one. I'm gonna roll with the Steelers, man. I'm just not impressed with Cleveland. Not impressed. I thought Cleveland would look a little bit better this year than they have, and I'm not really impressed with them. So yeah, and the Steelers. They've been playing some decent football. It's always one of them squeakers. With those guys, it's always tight games. You never really see too many blowouts when the Steelers play. But I think the Steelers win this one. How about the Vikings and the Bears? The Vikings and the Bears.
The upset specialist strikes again. Another game where Kirk Cousins goes to sleep. Give me the Bears.
Well, upset specialist, I'm going to have to go against you on this one. I think the Vikings redeemed themselves after taking that whooping from my Green Bay Packers. And I think the Vikings, I think the Vikings come out and I think they play football against the Chicago Bears. I think they win this game. All right, the Patriots and the Bills. Patriots and the Bills. Who you liking in that one?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. This is all going to be contingent upon the news with Damar. Because I think their mind is going to be on Damar and not on this game. I know they understand the fact that it's got to get played, but I think the Bills are going to be too distracted. But in another turn, it might motivate them. So give me the Bills.
And that's exactly where I was going to go with that. I think they're going to say we got to win this one for Damar, and I believe that the Bills going to show up and put in work on the Patriots. All right, the Dolphins versus the Jets. Jets versus Dolphins. Jets versus Dolphins. Who you liking in that one?
Give me the Fins with that one. I think
Yeah.
the Fins get that one. Even with the backup quarterback, I think the Fins get that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Dolphins in that one too, because the Jets just really they look real bad. I'm shocked at the way this team played earlier in the season and compared to how they're playing right now.
Yeah, they did a 360. I don't understand it.
All right, the Buccaneers and the Falcons. Who you liking? The Buccaneers and the Falcons.
A battle for futility. Tom Brady gonna look to increase his playoff value. Give me the Bucks.
I got the Buccaneers in that. Tom Brady looked pretty good in the last game, and the Falcons just too up and down. Too up and down. They have not looked good this season. All right, the Panthers and the Saints. Who you liking in that one? The Panthers and the Saints.
Yeah. Give me the Saints in that one.
I'm gonna go with the Saints, man. The Saints really impressed me in that win over the Philadelphia Eagles. I was shocked when I saw the score to that game. I was shocked. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Give me the Saints with that one.
And on top of that, the Saints are at home. So yeah, I'm definitely going with the Saints too. All right, how about the Texans and the Colts? Who you liking in that one?
The Texans give me flashes here and there, but I'll take the Colts.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans in this one. Okay. I think the Texans are a scrappy team. You know, they want that number one draft pick, of course, but I think they win this one. I'm gonna go with the Texans in this one. How about the Cardinals and the 49ers? Cardinals and Niners.
Niners.
Definitely the Niners. The Cardinals, horrible this season.
Yeah, they're not looking real good at all. I don't know what's going on with Kyler, but he better get it together.
He's injured right now.
That could be.
Yeah, he's injured, but even before he got injured, they still looked horrible. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with what I'm seeing from those guys.
No, not at all.
How about the Cowboys and the Commanders? The Cowboys and the Commanders.
The upset specialist says the Commanders get it.
Oh. Oh.
That's one of them long-standing rivalries where records don't matter. It's just a battle of pride.
No, and I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys on this one, upset specialist, only because they know what's at stake. They know what's at stake. They really trying to get that number one seed.
I got the Commanders playing spoiler.
We'll see what happens, but I'm roll with the Cowboys on that one. And then we have the Rams and the Seahawks. The Rams and the Seahawks.
Man, give me the Seahawks with that one.
I'm rolling with the Seahawks. I'm not impressed with the Rams at all. I'm rolling with the Seahawks. All right. The Giants and the Eagles. The Giants versus the Eagles. Who you liking in that one?
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a really good game. And if Jalen Hurts don't play this game, I think the Giants win this game.
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Eagles. I think the Eagles going to pull it together and win this one because they know what's at stake. They definitely want that number one seed. They definitely want it. And I think they pull it together.
I think the Giants is one of them teams that you don't want to see right now.
Definitely. I agree with you on that. All right, the Chargers and the Broncos.
Yeah, give me the Chargers with that one. Give me the Bolts.
Yeah, I take the Chargers too. The Broncos showed a little life, though. I will say that after Nathaniel Hackett got fired.
Russell tried to give us flashes of old Russell.
Yeah, so but I don't think that it's going to be enough to beat the Chargers. The Chargers looking real good.
Yeah, the Bolts win that one.
All right, in this final game, Detroit Lions versus my Green Bay Packers. Who you liking in that one?
It's at Lambeau Field.
Yes, sir.
And playoffs is on the line.
Yes, sir.
Give me the Packers.
The Pack is back, man. I'm rolling with the Green Bay Packers. I think that the Lions they've been hot. They've been real hot, but I think my Green Bay Packers gonna cool them off.
I think Detroit is gonna make them earn it, but I think they get it done. But Detroit's gonna make them earn it.
Definitely, always a tough game when you put these two together, the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers.
Absolutely.
All right, we talked about it. And until the next time, it's been 234 Sports Talk. You can catch us right here on YouTube. You can catch us on Twitter. You can catch us on TikTok. You can catch us here. You can catch us on all social media sites, all the majors.
Instagram, all that stuff. We did.
Definitely. What we want you to do is we want you to talk to us. We want to interact with you. If you like something you heard and you want to comment, leave a comment. If you don't like something you heard, leave a comment. We want to talk with you.
If you got a topic, drop it. We can talk about it. That's what we do.
That's right. Until the next time, it's been a real one. 234 Sports Talk. We out. Peace.
Peace.